Holy smoke, it's that demonic nun again. Nah, it's not going to work. I should have brought a real crucifix with me. Hi guys, welcome to another video. Hope you're all keeping well. Now in this video I'd just like to talk about a cracking little supernatural movie I watched last night on Prime, and that movie is called The Parish. Now before I say anything further about this movie, I'll just give you a little bit of background on it, and then I'll just give you my thoughts about the story as a whole. Yeah, okay, so The Parish, it's a 2019 modern American supernatural drama directed by David S. Hogan, based on a script by Todd Downing. It stars Angela DeMarco, Sanne Lucis, and Bill Oberst Jr. Now, the story is basically about a widow called Liz, who uproots her daughter Audrey and relocates them to a new rural town in America. Since the death of a husband who was horribly killed in Afghanistan whilst on active military duty, Liz has been experiencing very bad dreams about a deceased husband, in which he's appeared to her with his face all hideously burned as a result of the injuries sustained in his tragic accident and subsequent death. So Liz thinks that by moving to a new location, she'll start afresh, make a fresh start, and she'll try and hopefully bury all those horrible memories, and also all those nightmares. But once she gets into the town, then the real nightmares, and I mean the real nightmares, begin. Okay, right. Okay, so that's the main premise of the story. Now, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I thought it was very entertaining, well acted, good plot, and if you like a good ghost story, good modern ghost story, I think you will enjoy The Parish. Yeah. Now the main creepy character in this movie is a rather sinister nun called Sister Beatrice. Basically, she appears intermittently, to the little girl, little girl Audrey, who's just started a new school and that, and she's a little bit nervous, about starting a new school, and she asks her mum, "Can I have a day off?" And no, your mum, the mum says, "You've got to go into school," and that, yeah. So she goes into school, and so she starts seeing intermittent visions of this nun, and she also befriends this young boy as well, makes up with him and that, and starts playing football with him and so forth, and then basically what happens is she starts a new school and that, and one day she's playing football by the school basement, and the doors open, the basement, and the ball rolls into the basement basically, and the boy goes in to retrieve it and he doesn't come out, so Audrey's too scared to go in, so she says to her mum, "Can you go into the basement, and retrieve the ball, and also see where my friend is?" So her mum obliges and that. But when her mum ventures into the darkened basement, she has quite a nerve-wracking experience, because there's a fella standing there in a boiler suit, a big brawny fella, and he's got a very, very menacing look on his face. He looks as if he's about to grab hold of the mother, Liz. So she sort of like looks at him with her mouth open and that, yeah. And when she sort of like slowly backs away and leaves the basement, and then she brings her up with the school principal, who's pulled her up over the fact that she shouldn't have gone into the basement and that, yeah. But she says to the school principal, "I saw this guy in there, and I presume it's the janitor," and that the school principal looks at her oddly, questioningly, and okay, so she brings the real janitor in, and turns out he doesn't look anything like the guy who Liz saw in the basement. He's entirely different in that, yeah. So you've got a mystery there, and then the mother, she continues to have a nightmares about her husband, appearing to her, his face all burnt and that. There's one particularly creepy scene where she sees her husband in the bedroom, and she embraces him, and he starts kissing, and then she senses something's wrong all of a sudden, and she slowly backs away, and to her horror, all his face is hideously burnt and that, and then she wakes up again from the nightmare. Oh yeah, real creepy scenes in this, guys, yeah. And then you've got the nun, as I say, Sister Beatrice, you know, she's a mystery about her. You don't know who she is really. And then the mother, Liz, she seeks the help of this priest. Now, at first you start wondering about him. I mean, is he what he always seems to be? Because he seems to be a little bit sort of like easygoing and that, you know, and he's got this sort of like face, the sort of like, you know, he sort of like looks hard at Audrey, as if he's thinking something, as if he's sort of like contemplating something and that, you know, yeah. And he says to her, "We've been waiting for you," you know. So you start wondering, why has he said that? We've been waiting for you to come to the town. So you've got the mystery about him. And as I say, you've got the boy and that, you know, you have the mysterious boy. And then like the little girl, you know, Audrey, she starts doing these drawings, these really well done drawings, you know, very consummately. And you've got like sort of like weird messages and that, you know, like sort of like with demonic undertones. So you've got that as well. And then like the girl, like, you know, Audrey, she becomes more and more sort of like withdrawn and that, you know, yeah. And as I say, they go to seek the help. Their mother goes to seek the help of this priest, Father Felix, and then he sort of like comes in on the story and that, yeah. But I don't want to go on too much more about it in case you haven't seen it. But on the whole, I thought The Parish was a very well made movie, real good modern American supernatural drama, yeah. So many good scenes in it, that, you know, eerie scenes, especially with the mother having the nightmares about the husbands and that, yeah. And it turns out that when she starts talking to the priest, Liz, she finds out that he too is an ex-military serviceman. Now he served in the early 1990s. He served in Operation Desert Storm, if you remember. You know, when he had the trouble with Saddam Hussein invading Kuwait, he was in Operation Desert Storm. Now, as he recounts his experiences in the Gulf War, he says to Liz, he said, "Well, we encountered something very dark out there, something very sinister," and he believes that sinister force has actually followed him home, you know, and it's sort of like lurking in the town, yeah. But I don't want to go on too much more about it. I don't want to give too much of the story away in case you haven't seen it. But I like it, as I've said a few times in my previous videos, I like a good horror story with you know, a good layer of mystery to it, and this certainly delivers, guys, in regards to mystery, yeah. Very enjoyable movie. As I say, I rented it on Prime last night and that, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The Nun was very creepy, much more creepy than the Nun in the Conjuring spin-offs, yeah. Very well acted, good cinematography, and it's not only a story, it's not only a horror story, a supernatural drama. It also touches on the themes of grief and mother-daughter relationships, family relationships. So you've got that aspect as well intertwined with the horror, yeah, which makes for a very good story. The characters are multi-layered, they're not cardboard, and I say the priest, you don't know about him, you don't know if he's really good or he's harbouring this dark secret. It's just the whole manner of him and that, you know, yeah. And then the creepy apparitions and that, you know, the nun and the boy, and then you get another boy appearing as well. And then you've got the janitor, this mysterious janitor, who you don't really know about him. Yeah, and then you've got the school principal, who she's puzzled by, you know, what the mother says to Liz about seeing him in the basement and that, and saying about the nun. I said, we've got no nuns working for us in this school at all. So again, you're wondering, oh, what's going on here and that, you know, yeah. And you're really hooked to the end, you know. It really holds your attention. Sometimes these movies with creepy nuns in, they can tend to be a little bit of hit or miss. But this was definitely a hit, guys, yeah. Okay, so on to me rating now for The Parish. I'm going to give this movie an 8 out of 10. It just lost 1 or 2 points because there was 1 or 2 little incidents in the story what I thought anyway, they weren't tied up sufficiently, you know. They weren't really explained yet. But I'll leave it there. I won't give away too much of it. See what you make of it anyway, yeah. See what you can make of it, yeah. But all in all, yeah, I enjoyed The Parish, yeah. So as I say, 8 out of 10. And if you like a good modern American supernatural drama, I would highly recommend The Parish, yeah. I enjoyed it, yeah. It's a kind of movie I wouldn't mind adding to my collection, because I like a good ghost story, and I don't just like the ghost stories set in the old crumbling castles. I also like the ghost stories with a modern setting, you know, set in modern day America or Britain or whatever. And you know, sometimes the most the most nerve-jangling horror stories can be set in the daylight. Yeah, yeah. And he called James Herbert, my favourite author, saying that once. Sometimes horror can have just as much force if it happens in the day, you know, as if it happened at night. Yeah. And this movie certainly, you know, can certainly say that about this movie, guys. The Parish. Yeah, yeah. The nun's very creepy. I say the priest, you don't know about him, and you've got the mother-daughter relationship and that. Yeah. And the little girl, you know, she starts acting strangely and that. Yeah. And oh yeah, all in all, it's a very, very enjoyable movie, yeah. And the nightmares and that, you know, what Liz keeps having about her husband, so they're really creepy, you know, when he lost his life in Iraq, and he keeps appearing to her over and over again, and she wakes up in a cold sweat, jerks awake screaming and that, you know, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's a very good movie, The Parish. I highly recommend it, yeah. Big thumbs up, guys, there, yeah, yeah. Have you seen The Parish? Let me know, you know, let me know what you thought of it. Yeah, I enjoyed it, like, yeah, really did, yeah. I highly recommend it. Yeah, The Parish is one of the best modern day ghost stories I've seen in a long time, yeah. Okay, so that's my review of The Parish from 2019. And as I say, if you've seen the movie, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, yeah. Very good movie, yeah. Leave a comment down below, yeah. And if you like the video, please feel free to share, subscribe, comment. Oh yeah, and in regard to the me 300 subscribers prize draw competition, I'd like to thank all you guys who've sent in entries and that, yeah, so far. Yeah, yeah, thanks guys, yeah, really appreciate it. Some fantastic answers as well, I should add. Yeah, yeah, really good answers and that, yeah. So so you've got till next, all those who want to participate, you've got till next Tuesday. That's the deadline. That's the day I'll be doing a draw. Yeah. Okay. So if you want to enter, you can do a text entry, or as I said, well, all the details are in the video anyway. You know. So there you go. Yeah. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed my video review of The Parish. Yeah. Really good supernatural drama. Yeah. Full of mystery. Yeah. And really enjoyed it. Yeah. Okay. That's it. I'll talk to you all again soon. Take care. Thank you.